Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract. Eliminate biker gang, set in Berlin and supplied to us today by Baker 42098. So with no briefing, we'll move straight on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them along with a free map. And for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the club crew. We'll have a Seeker 1 stored up in the chill out staff area, and we'll be bringing with us a sedative bubblegum and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're gonna finish mopping the floor here. Not that it would make much of a difference. We're gonna head into the staff only area, and we are going to retrieve our Seeker 1. We're going to select our sedative bubblegum. Now the bubblegum isn't strictly necessary, it's just something I like to bring along to make things a little bit easier. If you have it, it's useful to use and it's a very useful item, but if not, it doesn't matter. So we're going to make our way over to the juice bar, and the intention of this is to render the delivery boy here unconscious. Now using the bubblegum means that we can leave his body where he falls. If we do it the old-fashioned way by rendering him unconscious, we will have to hide him in the dumpster. So that's what makes the sedative bubblegum just that little bit more easier to use when the target or the intended recipient can actually see the thing. So once our friend here finally spots the bubblegum, he will eat the bubblegum. He will then find himself rather swiftly unconscious from the bubblegum, teaching him a very important lesson: not to eat things you find on the floor. Once he is unconscious, that does count as an accident, so we can pick up the scooter keys that he drops, take his outfit, and make our way across to the biker bar hangout. And we're going to access the moped here. We're going to unlock the food box at the back with the keys we've collected. We're going to add the rat poison we collected while we're waiting for the delivery boy to pass out. And we're going to then take out the camera at the far end of the courtyard there, because I will forget later on. And we're going to ring the door to the bikers hangout, and that will attract the attention of one of the bikers, who will come along and be rather rude to us whilst taking away the food. It's just the same that he is not the recipient of said food, and we will be going after Agent Lowenthal, I believe it is. So the guard has now come to the door. He can see us on the camera, and he is going to take the food away and be rather rude to us. I thought you biker guys were quite nice, decent chaps. Oh well, never mind. So he will leave the door open, thus allowing us inside, and he will call Agent Lowenthal to his meal. And while he's safely out of the way, we're going to take care of that camera just in case. We're going to wait right here for Agent Lowenthal to come along. He will sample his food. He will not find it to his liking. He will get sick, and he will make his way to the very small bathroom for all of these gentlemen here. There are over 20 people in here sharing this one toilet. It must stink to high heaven. So we're just going to follow Agent Lowenthal into the bathroom. We're going to plant 2 in his back, and we can then take his outfit and move on. So our next target is around in the warehouse area, so we're just going to head around there now. We're going to grab the hobby knife from the boxes and take out the camera at the back of the room. I was hoping the camera would attract our next target's attention, which it does, but he doesn't actually go anywhere. As you can see, there are a couple of other guys in the drug lab area who would see us if we attacked him now. So once he loses interest, we're going to use the hobby knife we've collected, and we're going to throw it over by the pallets where we collected it. That will get our target's attention, and when he comes along to investigate, we will then be able to position ourselves nicely behind him and render him very much unalive.
Come on.
So here he comes now. We're just going to approach him from behind, plant 2 in his back, and he is dealt with nicely. We can leave him there, no one's going to find him as long as we don't cause too much panic. We're now going to make our way upstairs for our next target. I'm just going to give the enforcer there a nice wide berth, and we're going to head up now for Agent Rhodes. So up in the shelving or the racking here, we will find some insecticide. We're going to take that round to the farm or the weed farm area. We're going to take out the camera. There's a lot of cameras in this place. And then we're going to add the insecticide to the ventilation machine or the fumigation machine, whichever one it is. And then we're going to wait right here for Agent Rhodes to make his way from the security office into the weed farm area. Here he comes now, and once he is nice and deep and safely into the room, I'm actually going to let him get right up close to where we are before turning on the machine. We're going to render all 3 gentlemen in the room unconscious. Don't forget to turn the machine off again before we make our way inside, and we will add Agent Rhodes to one of our bullets. There we go, and we will leave him there. Again, he will not be found as long as we don't cause any sort of panic. So all of our targets in this area have now been dealt with. Our final 2 targets are both located in the club, one halfway down towards the dance floor, and the final one, Mr. Hirschmuller himself, will be all the way down at the very bottom of the building. So we're going to make our way out of the bikers hangout in the fastest possible way by going over the balcony. We're going to head down into the club and down the tech only stairs here to the next level, and down here we will encounter our next target and another camera to avoid. So we're just going to let that one pan away before making our way over to the entrance or the doorway you can see just behind us. That is where our target is going to stand, and we're going to give him a nice wide berth. We'll go around the long way. We're going to go into the corridor, and we're going to select our Seeker 1, and we're going to wait right here, and eventually our target will come and stand next to his colleague there. Now this does take a little while. I don't know if he would always take this long, but for some reason today he does take a considerable amount of time to come and stand back next to his colleague. But once he does and he is in position, we can then shoot him in the back with the Seeker 1. He will get sick and he will make his way to the lift shaft area or the hollow area. There's a load of pipes there, so you won't get a lift in there. But he will go there to purge himself. We can then pounce on him, render him unconscious, and then we're going to drag him over to the stairwell behind us before we give him a neck massage, just so that his colleague doesn't hear anything. So we're just going to drag him all the way. Anywhere here will do, but I am going to take him all the way over to the stairs where we have a little bit more of a space to hide him away. That will do nicely. So you've earned your neck massage, sir. There you go. Have that and relax. We can now make our way all the way down to the bottom of the club. Now do be aware that Agent Montgomery and his bodyguard will be in the area somewhere. There they are. We're going to try and give them a nice wide berth and make our way all the way down to the lowest level of the club. This is where the reactor would have been years ago. So we're going to make our way through the rear of the DJ booth area and then up onto the roof. Now this is to avoid a camera, and unfortunately we can't just head straight through the doors as it is a keycard entry door, and I have absolutely no idea after years and years of playing this game who has the keycard. So we're going to go up onto the ventilation system and out over through the door and into Hirschmuller's office, where we will select our Seeker 1, shoot Hirschmuller with the Seeker 1. He will get sick and he will make his way into the small storeroom here, which is the lower level from where the gentleman was purging himself, so it probably doesn't smell very nice. In a few moments, Rolf will join us to also purge himself, and we can then approach him from behind and we can then plant 2 bullets in his back, as it is a pistol elimination, which means we can't just put 1 in the head. So with all of our targets now dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and once this camera pans away to the left, we can head down the corridor and out of the nearby exit and out of Berlin. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we just get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we get ourselves a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.